Joining us now is the CEO of Fat Brands, Andy Wiederhorn. Andy, great to have you on this morning. So how is the launch going with the nuggets?
Great to see you. You know, the nuggets are awesome. They are better than you can imagine nuggets at any of our competitors, and some of which you know what I'm referring to. They're just delicious, and people are flocking for them. So we expect it to be a big seller and a permanent menu addition.
I read something that in a blind taste test, 7 out of 10 people chose the Impossible Chicken Nuggets over actual regular chicken nuggets. Did that surprise you? And why do you think that is? What are you hearing from customers in terms of the taste?
I think I'm one of those customers who picked it in the blind taste test. They're just delicious. They really just hit the ball out of the park with this product, and it's got a great texture, great breading. The fact, you know, the flavor profiles there, they're absolutely delicious. Like, honestly, one of the better products I've seen innovated recently.
Fatburger was also the first national chain to add Impossible Burger to the menu. That was in 2018. And now you're really just doubling down on this trend. How are you doing with the Impossible Burger? How are those selling?
You know, about 10, 15 years ago, we added veggie burgers to our menu, and we would sell about 500,000 veggie burgers a year. Then we added the Impossible Burger to our menu in the launch of the burger category when Impossible Foods started out here in 2018. We're selling more than 1 million Impossible Burgers a year across our brands, and it's attracting new customers, not just existing customers who want to try something different or you know, do some alternative to beef. So very, very popular. And it's just, you know, I say often that if you're not on the plant-based protein train, you're going to miss the whole adventure, because, you know, customers are coming to the restaurants for these products just as an alternative to beef, and they don't have to be a vegan customer to try this out.
Is it mostly younger customers who are concerned about the environment? Who are you finding is really embracing this idea?
No, I think it's across the board. It is new customers who don't want to eat beef. It is customers who want to try something different in their diet today, and it really spans the whole spectrum. It's a higher price point product. It's more expensive to make. It's more expensive to offer, and there's tremendous elasticity there. People want it, and they'll pay for it, and it's just a great option if you don't want to have beef today or you don't want to have poultry.
Why go with Impossible Foods and not Beyond Meat?
So when we launched with Impossible, they were just a great partner. They were sort of first to market with this product in the burger category, and the product's delicious. It really is one of the better products from a taste profile perspective, and I think that applies to the chicken nuggets also. And so we just felt like it was a better product to use domestically and roll it out quickly across our brands. And like I said, we're selling more than 1 million Impossible Burgers a year, and you know, it beat every taste test domestically.
What do you think that the future looks like for plant-based meat? Do you expect in 5 years, 10 years from now? When do you think that this is really going to catch on and go mainstream?
Well, I think it is mainstream already, but I think it's a growing category. So is it going to be more than 25% of sales? Probably not. But is it going to be more than 10%? Yeah, it already is. So I think it's a very compelling argument as you look towards different options. You know, of course, there's a sustainability issue. There's some health issues related to what, you know, why it's a better product. But the main issue is just the flavor profile and the difference in the alternative to eating, you know, traditional beef or chicken items. So I think it's really here to stay, and you know, you really have to get on board with it because it's not going anywhere.
And just switching gears, when you think about the food industry in general, post-pandemic, obviously, it doesn't feel like we're ever going to be post-pandemic, but hopefully eventually we will be. What are some of the other trends that perhaps took hold during the pandemic that you think are going to stick around?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen our business just come roaring back. We've been very acquisitive this summer. We bought Round Table Pizza and Great American Cookie Company, Marvelous Live Ice Cream. We just bought Twin Peaks, the sports bar concept. And we've seen customers flocking back to the restaurants. And that's in addition to the huge pickup in delivery and to-go. So, you know, I think that what the pandemic taught everyone was the accessibility of restaurant products through delivery and to-go. And now that they can go back to the restaurant, you just have an overall increase in that level of availability and access to you know, restaurant food. And so I think that trend's going to continue. Yeah, sure, you'll have a little bit less delivery and a little bit more in premise or on-premise dining. But you know, the trend is that restaurants are just going to come roaring back here as a result of the pandemic, and we're very excited about it.
We're hearing about widespread labor shortages across the fast food industry. Are you dealing with that at your restaurants, and how are you trying to bring workers back?
So my two favorite words to describe the labor crisis is total nightmare, because it has been for all the restaurant operators. The stimulus checks, are basically gone. There's a few states still, with them lagging out there, but we're really anticipating that labor shortage goes away here in the coming month or two as people come back to work, and that goes through the system. But we're seeing it in the supply chain. We're seeing it in where truck drivers are missing everywhere, so you can't get your deliveries. And then trying to open new restaurants is particularly hard for our franchisees. If they have existing restaurants, 3 or 4 other units operating, then they can substitute in a manager or somebody else to get a new store open. But if you're a first-time franchisee, it's really hard to hire staff right now.
Great perspective. Andy Wiederhorn, CEO of Fat Brands, with us this morning. Andy, thank you so much. Appreciate it.